Fun with Stories. This podcast contains audio advertising. To hear it without ads, download the Fun with Stories app now. Welcome to Fun with Stories, the podcast where words come to life through exciting adventures and laugh-out-loud moments. Every episode, we take a tricky word, throw it into a fun-filled story featuring your favorite fairy tale and folk story characters, and make sure you'll never forget it. So, are you ready to learn new words the fun way with Little Red Riding Hood, Puss in Boots, the Gingerbread Man, Snow White, and more? Then let's jump into today's adventure on Fun with Stories.
The Trust Garden. Ben's small idea, trusting people instead of controlling them, takes root and changes the garden forever. In the middle of a busy town, there was a quiet place called Sunflower Patch, a community garden where families came together to grow flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Every Saturday morning, kids and parents would water the plants, pull weeds, and share the food they grew. Among them was a clever boy named Ben. Ben loved gardening, but didn't like being told what to do every second. He believed everyone should get a say in how things were done. While some adults handed out charts and made strict garden rules, water only between 9 and 10, or plant tomatoes only in row 3, Ben had another idea. What if we let people decide what to grow and when to water? He asked. As long as we care for the garden, do we need so many rules? One of the parents, Mr. Grant, chuckled. That sounds like you're being a little anarchist, Ben. Ben blinked. A what? Mr. Grant smiled kindly. An anarchist is someone who believes that rules or leaders aren't always needed. It doesn't mean chaos. It means trusting people to be fair and responsible on their own. Ben grinned. Then I guess I am a bit of an anarchist. The next Saturday, Ben invited his friends to try his idea. They made a simple plan. Everyone chose their own plants and watered based on what each one needed. No grown-up rules, no fixed schedule. At first, it worked wonderfully. Lily planted carrots next to her favorite flowers. Harry made a tiny bean tent. The garden looked more colorful than ever. But after a while, some kids forgot to water their plants. Others picked vegetables that weren't theirs. The garden became messy and uneven. I worked hard on my flowers, and now they're gone, Lily said quietly, standing beside a drooping patch of yellow blooms. It's not fair, someone shouted. Some of us follow the rules, and we're the ones losing our stuff. Some adults frowned. One whispered, "This is what happens with anarchists in charge." Ben felt a lump in his throat. Maybe he wasn't such a good anarchist after all. He didn't want to be blamed. He just wanted people to feel free and trusted. That evening, he sat beside his grandma on a wooden bench. I tried to lead without being bossy, but maybe I messed everything up, Ben said quietly. Grandma squeezed his hand. Being an anarchist like you takes patience. You believe in fairness, but not everyone remembers their part. Sometimes people need gentle reminders, not strict rules. Ben thought hard. The next day, he made a new garden sign with his friends. It read, "Grow freely. Care kindly. Take only what you grow. Water what you plant." He also gave out simple watering charts, not as orders, but friendly guides. Slowly, the garden bloomed again. The adults noticed and smiled. Mr. Grant patted Ben's back. "Well done, little anarchist. You showed that freedom works best when everyone shares the responsibility." Ben beamed. "I think being an anarchist isn't about ignoring rules. It's about believing people can do the right thing together." That night, his sister asked, "Is an anarchist a superhero?" Ben laughed. "Sort of. They believe in kindness, fairness, and freedom, just without the cape." His mom added with a smile, "And the best ones, like you, make the world grow better." And some thought Sunflower Patch grew more than vegetables that summer. It's recap time. Let's take a closer look at the new word you just heard in the story. That word is anarchist. Spelling: A-N-A-R-C-H-I-S-T. Anarchist. Meaning: an anarchist is someone who believes people can be fair and kind without needing strict rules or a boss. Synonyms: independent thinker, freedom believer, self-guided. Antonyms: strict rule follower, bossy, controlling. Examples: Jamie acted like an anarchist and made up his own class rules. Or, at recess, Lily was an anarchist and built a game with no rules, just fun. Learning a word like anarchist means you're growing your voice and your thinking power. Try using it this week when you see someone leading with trust instead of control.
And that brings us to the end of today's adventure. We've explored a brand new word, had some fun with our favorite storybook characters, and now it's your turn to use it in real life. Want more fun stories and exciting words to learn? Download the Fun with Stories app for extra content, activities, and even more magical word adventures. Thanks for listening, and remember, words are powerful when you make them yours. See you next time on Fun with Stories.